In the midst of COVID-19, our world is also meeting at a time of immense challenges to sustainable development, wherein UN adopted the said SDG or the Sustainable Development Goals that would set up global goals for fair and sustainable health at every level, from planetary biosphere to local communities. This aims to end poverty, protect the planet, and ensure that all people enjoy peace and prosperity now and in the future. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Techno 11, the Technopreneurship. This short course of video introduces the Sustainable Development Goals, problems towards achievement, processes, technology, products or services that monitors progress and seeks solutions to address identified problems. Moreover, here are the 10 problems arranged from most to least significant issues or problems we're facing nowadays, assigned in which SDG they are in, with corresponding solutions. The first problem we've observed is the hunger and malnutrition. This is the most determined issues nowadays, aligned with the following SDGs: poverty, zero hunger, good health and well-being, clean water and sanitation. The solutions suit in this particular problem are the following. The government must implement programs such as feeding programs or other related programs that would help lessen the hunger and malnutrition to these barangays or specific communities that has a highest number of malnourished individuals. Then the second problems we've enumerated is the climate change, which outlined in the following SDG, climate actions. Then the solutions suit for these specific problems are: first, be responsible and practice proper waste disposal. Then, the government must implement laws and regulations to protect and help preserve our natural resources. Third is the lack of jobs and livelihood, in which aligned in the following SDG: no poverty, zero hunger, quality education, decent work and economic growth. The solution for this particular problem is the government should vacate or create more job opportunities to those individuals who need it most. Fourth, little or no access to clean water, sanitation, and hygiene. Then it lies with the following SDG: clean water and sanitation, no poverty, good health and well-being, life below water. Then these problems have its particular solutions. The government must allocate budget in creating projects such as the distribution of water pumps in every communities, especially to those barangays who doesn't have clean access of water. Then, all establishments are mandated to have their own access of clean water and comfort rooms for promoting proper hygiene. Then fifth is the addiction, mainly drugs and other paraphernalias. And this lies with the following SDG: no poverty, zero hunger, good health and well-being. Then the solution for these particular problems are: recreational activities shall be created in order to divert their attention instead of doing such illegal actions. Then, the government must make more job opportunities to those needy people because lack of job is one of the cause or the reason why people engage or commit such illegal activities. Then 6 is the corruption, and that lies with the following SDG: peace and justice, strong institutions, no poverty, zero hunger. And the solution for this particular problem is to think twice before you vote. Because thinking thinking wisely is the most significant rule if you want to eliminate corruption and as well poverty in the community. 7. Unequal rights between straight and gay people. It lies with the following SDG: gender equality and reduced inequality. The solution for these particular problems are: everyone deserves to be respected, regardless of their gender preferences. Then, the government must also impose total protection for those people that belong here. 8. The continuing burden of HIV and other infectious diseases. Then it lies with the following SDGs: good health and well-being, reduced inequality. And the solution for that specific problems are: promote awareness to prevent such infectious diseases. And if you are already a carrier of that specific infectious disease, learn to be responsible. And then, just focus on building healthy lifestyle. And we have 9. The poor health care system. And it lies with the following SDG: good health and well-being. And the solution for this particular problem is: the government must allocate budget in purchasing or making facilities and equipments that is necessary, especially in rural areas. And lastly, 10. Reproductive health and right. And it lies with the following SDGs: gender equality and reduced inequality. Then the solution for these particular problems are: must promote one rights and protection and must be prioritized and protected from abusive doings. Here are the top 3 ideas we've grasped all throughout. Then we identified them as poverty, climate change, clean water sanitation. Then, there are ways to fight or to solve this kind of problems. The first track is the poverty, so we need 6 solutions in order to solve this kind of problem. The main cause of extreme poverty is marginalization, meaning there are barriers that lead to groups of people going without representation in their communities. So in order to work way out of this poverty, all groups must be involved in decision-making processes. So we need to promote equality and representation for all. The building resilience, climate and otherwise. Then, increase access to education, especially to those people who are in remote areas, and support teachers in their work to deliver quality education, and making sure that education is available, living in fragile contexts. Then, must improve food security and access to clean water. And simply, eating and drinking nutrients can go a long way in addressing poverty. Then, end war and conflicts. of the most complex issues we're facing nowadays. Thus, we need to respond or to have solutions in order to solve this kind of problems, such as avoiding the two possible approaches, the mitigation and adaptation. Mitigation reduces climate change. It involves reducing the flow of heat-trapping greenhouse gases into the atmosphere. The goal of mitigation is to avoid significant human interference with the climate system and stabilize greenhouse gas levels in a time frame sufficient to allow ecosystems to adapt naturally to climate change and ensure that food production is not threatened and to enable economic development to proceed in a sustainable manner. Then the adaptation. The goal of adaptation is to reduce our vulnerability to the harmful effects of climate change and also encompasses making the most of any potential beneficial opportunities associated with climate change. The clean water and sanitation. We all know that water scarcity affects more than 40% of people, an alarming figure that is projected to rise as temperatures do. So we must take an action to provide clean water and sanitation in our communities. Improve sanitation facilities by providing toilets and as well latrines that flush into safe enclosure. Promote good hygiene habits through education, proper hand washing with soap and water that can reduce diarrhea cases by up to 35%. Then implement rainwater harvesting systems to collect and store rainwater for drinking and recharging underground aquifers. Then promote local solutions such as plastic bottles that can be exposed to sunlight to improve water quality. At first, me and my team, we really had a hard time to figure out or to overcome solutions, for this process is not yet introduced to us. So we diverted ourselves and our minds that is very essential, especially when making or processing such ideas and informations. And through it, we thoroughly strain the facts and evidences from different intellectuals, technopreneurs, and then the openness and the opinions of all are highly appreciated and considered. And to be able to solve the problem, we have thus provided assessment tools, such as conducting studies, allowing interviews, making observations, assigning platforms to figure out the needs of the community. Before anything else, I want you to have this message. The future of humanity and our planet lies in our hands. It lies also in the hands of today's younger generation, who will pass the torch to future generations. We have mapped the road to sustainable development already. It will be for all of us to ensure that the journey is successful and it gains irreversible. Again, thank you for watching. Adios!